As always, we are going to start this podcast with Ryan singing a rendition of the Canadian national anthem. Ryan, go ahead.
Oh, Canada, oh, Canada.
All right, welcome to Between the Cushions. We've got Luke and Ryan, as always. We also have Caleb, remotely.
Caleb!
What up?
Okay, we're going into the wild card week. We got a whole bunch of games we got to get to, and some news, and it's gonna be a long one. But here we go. So yeah, without further ado, let's check in on the news team.
News team, assemble!
Okay, Stephon Diggs and Cole Beasley are both questionable. We'll get into that a little bit later on. Browns head coach Kevin Stefanski tested positive for COVID. He will not be calling plays. That responsibility will now go to their quarterback coach.
That's a positive.
Oh yeah, that makes perfect sense.
Good for them.
The Chargers fired head coach Anthony Lynn. Did that one come as a surprise to you guys?
A little bit.
Not to me.
I did want to ask this question quickly. Who do you guys think is more likely to make the playoffs next year, the Chargers or the Dolphins?
Probably I think Herbert's the better QB, but maybe Tua will come into his own. Miami keeps their defense. I'm gonna say the Chargers.
Sound like you were gonna go for the Dolphins. I was also going to go with the Chargers. Okay.
And we'll make it three of us. I'm gonna go with Chargers as well.
Alrighty. So we're gonna jump into. I think that's pretty much it for news.
The Jacksonville Jaguars
Have the first overall pick.
have locked down the number one pick.
Yeah, congrats on sucking.
2021
yeah.
draft. So good for them.
Yep, I think that's pretty much it for news. We're going to jump into these wildcard games. We've got 3 that we're going to go pretty in-depth on, and then we've got 3 that we're going to call a lightning round.
You should do the It's Always Sunny wildcard.
Wildcard! Oh, that will be thrown in at multiple moments. You got this. All right, let's get into the wildcard.
Wildcard!
Okay, the 8-8 Bears at the 12-4 Saints. Roquan Smith will miss this game with a dislocated elbow. Darnell Mooney did not practice, and Kamara is likely to play, but he cannot practice because he is still in self-quarantine. So, strategy-wise, if I were going to look at the Bears upsetting this one, pulling off an upset, I would say probably it would be to neutralize Kamara and make Breeze pass on you. I think that's the only way you can really beat the Saints. What do you guys think? You guys got anything, Ryan? You got anything on how the Bears can pull off an upset or anything on this game in particular?
I think the Bears need to stop the rushing attack. When you have Kamara, now Montgomery was, played last week, but you have Murray. The Saints really haven't passed the ball that much, and part of that has been Breeze just not being healthy. But that being said, I think the top 5 receivers last week had less receptions than Michael Thomas did all year. So, and that's saying last year. So I think the number of receptions of active receivers last week was like 110, and Michael Thomas had 150-ish last year. So if the Bears are able to stop their passing attack, then yeah, they could probably maybe stay close. If the Bears are close and I feel like they have a shot, it'll be a good game,
Yeah, I expect Michael Thomas. Well, Michael Thomas is not playing. I expect Emmanuel Sanders to probably have a solid game because I think the Bears are capable of stopping Kamara.
Michael Thomas is actually not out?
No, he is out. Is that did I mess that up? I meant to say he is out.
Yeah, I didn't think he was. I thought he could potentially return and play.
He was on IR, and he was not on the injury report, which normally players on IR are not on the injury report.
So
it does say that he is expected to go back to practice.
So
I didn't see that one coming.
Okay, hey, Caleb, what do you think the Bears need to do to win?
Needed to win, probably become a different team.
Ooh. Hot take by Caleb Sauder.
No, I just, this is one of those games where I feel like the Saints are, I think they actually have the best roster in the NFL right now, and they have so few injuries. I mean, I know we talked about Michael Thomas a little bit there, but I think I read that he is due back. I don't know. He might be kind of in limbo right now, but I'm with you guys. They need to stop the run with Kamara. That's their only chance. And then I would honestly, I'd play a lot of too high and put somebody on Jared Cook other than Danny Trevathan. So that's what I say.
So how low are the odds of pulling out a win with Roquan missing the game?
Honestly, that is a killer. Because Roquan Smith's he's actually been pretty great this year.
He's their leading tackler.
And, he's been pretty great this year. The Saints are a 10-point favorite right now. I mean, I actually think that's pretty generous. I think that. I'm thinking a blowout. I think they're going to lose by 14 or more. So, it's just rough. I mean, you got your leading tackler out. Trubisky has been spotty at best. I mean, David Montgomery's playing good, but the Saints are still like the one or two best rushing defense.
Yep.
They've been a little more susceptible as of late, but I don't see it happening as much as I wanted to. I'm a Bears fan, but I don't see it happening. So. Yep. Yeah.
I would like to point out we are all Bears fans here, and when I told Ryan I wanted to talk about this game, he was wondering why. I said because this is the last time I'm gonna be able to talk about the Bears this year.
Yeah, probably. But you know what? You probably thought it was last week too. I listened to that between the cushions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I do want to ask a question. Who do you think is more likely to pull off an upset? The Bears upsetting New Orleans, or
the other one,
the Washington football team upsetting the Bucs?
Washington. If Roquan Smith was healthy, I might pick the Bears, but I saw Danny Trevathan last week and he couldn't cover any receiver.
Yep.
So.
Yeah.
Caleb?
Yeah, I'm gonna go Washington as well. Washington is actually 5-1 with Alex Smith as starting this year. So when they don't have Haskins, they're a pretty good team, honestly. So
you're saying the Bears should go after Haskins?
There you go. That'll solve all their problems. No, I'd say Washington. I still think Tampa's the better team, but I could see Washington pulling one out, especially with their front seven. Their secondary is really bad, but their front seven is really good. So,
okay. Anyone have anything else to throw in, not related to the breakdown or score prediction?
No.
Okay. We'll go ahead and go into a position breakdown. So I'm going to say a position. You guys say who is stronger at that position. All right. Quarterback.
Saints.
Oh, that's the Bears for sure, right? They have the Super Bowl MVP on their team.
Yeah, they do. He's not playing. All right, so I think we're unanimous. It's going to go to the Saints. Number 2 is running backs.
If Kamara plays, Kamara, so the Saints.
Okay. Wide receivers and tight ends. It's kind of dependent on if Michael Thomas comes back.
I don't know. I would probably still say the Saints with Jared Cook. And if Thomas is back, then yeah. But Allen Robinson for the Bears is a monster.
Well, if Mooney misses...
Can be a monster. We'll put it that way.
Yeah. If Mooney misses and Thomas misses, are you still leaning towards the Saints?
No, I'd probably go the Bears then.
Okay. I don't know how to score this. Caleb?
Yep. If Thomas misses, I'll actually go to the Bears on this one. I think Matt's been really pretty good recently.
Okay, I'm gonna give this one to the Bears just because I don't think we're gonna be able to give them anything else. Defense: Saints versus Bears.
Saints.
Just the whole defense?
Yeah, whole defense.
Yeah, I gotta go Saints too. I just think the Bears are really good in the secondary and on the line, but in the middle of the field they are not, especially with Roquan out. So I'll go Saints.
Agree. Final category: coaching.
Maggie.
Yeah, okay.
Maggie. That's probably Sean Payton.
Yeah, I'll go the Saints too.
Yep. Okay, so by that tally, the Saints win 4 out of the 5 categories, making them the victor. Do you guys have a final score prediction? I'll go ahead and start with mine. 28-13 in favor of the Saints.
Caleb, you can go next.
I'm expecting the defense to get a couple stops.
You want me to go?
Yep.
All right. I'm going to say it's going to be 31-14 Saints.
Okay. Caleb doesn't see as many stops as I do. I see the Bears getting a couple stops. Maybe. It was a really close game when they played earlier in the year, but Roquan was healthy then.
Yeah, yep.
I see... I don't want to say it, but 35-10. Saints over Bears.
I respect that. You're a terrible fan. Okay.
It feels like it, you know?
Let's jump over to our next in-depth preview. We've got the Ravens at the Titans. They're both 11-5. Kind of a revenge game for the Ravens, considering the Titans are the ones who eliminated them from the playoffs last year and kind of stopped their Super Bowl dreams. They were number 1 on most power rankings entering the playoffs, and then they got eliminated in the first round. In the divisional, in their first game. Caleb, what do you got on this game?
So, I actually think this is the best game in the playoffs this week, and I don't know why it's a 1 o'clock game. It doesn't make any sense to me.
Because they hate you.
Yeah, it's a noon game, I should say. I feel like it should be a Sunday night game or a Saturday night game. But, yeah, both these teams, I mean, they played earlier in the year, went to overtime, and Henry put it away for the Titans. I will say the Titans have been a lot more susceptible lately to the passing game. If you look at them against Houston, for instance, and then Green Bay before that, obviously, they've just been a lot more susceptible in the secondary, and they weren't really last year. If you look at how they played the Ravens last year, their secondary was fantastic against Lamar. So they've been a little more susceptible, and the Ravens are kind of getting hot right at the right time. So I'm actually going to roll with the Ravens on this one. I'm really tempted to say the Titans, but the Ravens are the favorites. So that's not a crazy take, I guess. But I feel like a lot of people are picking the Titans in this game, and I'm going to go with the Ravens.
Okay, Ryan, before we get to you, I do want to point out there are not very many injuries in this game. Calais Campbell is the only person on both teams that is of importance that did not practice today, which is Wednesday. So, Ryan, you can take it away.
Well, there's one other person. A.J. Brown had a limited practice, so if he's still nursing an injury come game time, I think that's really going to hurt the Titans because the Ravens have such a good defense. So I agree with Caleb, and I'm not just jumping on the bandwagon. I thought so before as well. The Ravens are going to beat the Titans just because Lamar Jackson, if they can't contain him, they're just going to run all over. And the Titans don't have a good run defense this year, or they don't have one of the best run defenses this year. So I think Ravens are going to, do what the Titans did to them last year.
Okay. Any other news or anything else you guys want to throw into this one?
Yeah, one interesting thing is Titans are number 1 in the league for time of possession. So
it's because they run so much.
Yeah, that is true, but Ravens are down. I mean, the Ravens run a lot, and they're down at 27. So I don't know. I just thought it was interesting. Probably going to be a shorter game. Both sides are just going to be running the ball all day. So
makes sense. What is it? The number 1 and number 2 rushing offenses going up against each other, something like that.
Yes.
Okay. I didn't do any research on that. I'm just assuming.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll get into the position breakdown. Quarterback. I am going to roll with the Titans on this one. Bold take.
Ryan Tannehill over Lamar Jackson.
I think he's been passing better than Lamar lately.
Yeah, I agree, but I think the mobility of Lamar Jackson... Well, are we throwing Lamar Jackson on QB or running back? I mean...
We say running backs, so it's really run game, so we could throw Lamar into that.
If we're also including Lamar into running backs, then I would go Tannehill. But if we're saying all of Lamar and at QB,
So you
I would go Lamar.
would take Lamar and J.K. Dobbins over Derrick Henry?
Yeah.
Henry just ran for 2,000 yards.
Henry has not. I mean, there's probably one good game against a top-tier defense this year. So I'm not all about Derrick Henry getting 200+ yards in this game.
Okay, we need a tiebreaker. Caleb, should Lamar count towards running backs, or is he strictly in the quarterback section?
I mean, I'd count him. He's a dual threat quarterback, so I think it's quarterback all inclusive. I don't count him in the running back.
Okay,
So.
we'll go like that.
I go Lamar then.
Okay, I'm still gonna stick with Tannehill.
Okay.
I think he'll have a better game.
Okay, and I am actually going to go with Lamar as well.
All right.
I think they're actually pretty close as far as what they can do for their teams, but I just feel like Lamar has the hot hand right now. So
You don't have to explain yourself, Caleb. It was a good choice.
Yeah, we'll see who has a better game. I can almost guarantee you Tannehill will have more passing yards.
Yeah, probably.
All right, let's go to running back. Obviously, I'm going with Derrick Henry over J.K. Dobbins, the Gus Bus, and who's the other one that was really good last year? Mark Ingram. Ryan?
Yeah, I really want to go Baltimore for this because J.K. Dobbins has really been turning it up these last couple weeks. But I'm going to go Titans. Derrick Henry is just a monster. Over 2,000 yards in this season. I mean, yeah.
All right, Caleb?
I will go with the Titans here.
Okay, bold choice. Okay, next category, wide receivers and tight ends. Ryan?
Wide receivers. Well,
I don't have that much to throw in here.
Well, I thought Caleb would love to talk about
Corey Davis,
So-
he's just the best, is he not?
I think we should throw wide receivers and tight ends to Caleb because he's probably got a lot to say. So might as well have him say it first.
Go ahead. I'll tell you what I had to say. Corey Davis is the trash.
A very good player.
And it matters in the game, just not for fantasy, because I was already eliminated in the playoffs. So,
Caleb, I'm going to bleep out that entire segment right there.
well, do what you will. Yeah,
Very foul-mouthed
I
thing you
know.
just said.
Well, as much as I don't like Corey Davis, and I think he's terrible, I'm going to go with the Titans on this. I think the Ravens actually, Mark Andrews is the better tight end, but when it comes to wide receivers, A.J. Brown and Corey Davis are a better
Duo?
a better duo, yeah. So
And Marquise and Malcolm and Dez.
Well, it's also tight ends.
Yeah.
Mark Andrews versus Giannu Smith.
Yeah, I take Andrews at that, but it's not a huge jump there. So
Okay. I also am going to go with the Titans.
I got no qualms about that. I choose the Titans as well. I do like that Jonnu Smith is utilized in more ways than a tight end normally would. He lines up in the backfield every now and then, so yeah, I think it's kind of cool.
Okay. Defense. I am going to roll with the Ravens here. And I'm not gonna elaborate on that.
I mean, he's looking at me.
I'm not gonna elaborate. The Ravens have the better defense.
I already
simple as
said
that.
the Titans have a terrible defense, so.
Caleb, are we in unison?
that's three of us. Yep, I say the Ravens as well.
Okay. We got coaching. Coaching. Oh, that's hard.
Who are the coaches again, just so everybody knows?
Pass.
I'm gonna go John Harbaugh. Oh no, Jim. No, John.
It's John.
Yeah, I was right.
Over Mike Vrabel.
Yeah.
Okay. Caleb?
Yep, I'm actually going to roll with the Titans on this. I feel like the Titans coaching staff, they really impressed me last year with how they just got their team ready and fought. And you got to remember, Tannehill was trash in Miami, and so like
Cutting in and out there, Caleb.
I'll go with the Titans here.
Okay. This is tough because Tannehill was bad in Miami, but that might have just been a product of Adam Gase.
Who just got fired?
And he just got fired. So I am going to roll with the Ravens. I'm going to take John Harbaugh.
Wow. Man, I feel lucky. Everybody's agreeing with me this week.
It was a tough call, but I think John Harbaugh he's much more experienced than Vrabel, and
Hey, Caleb, you keep knocking things around, we're going to end the call.
okay.
Every time you say you know what something is, I just knock something over.
Okay, so the Ravens get 3 out of the 5 categories. It was very, very, very close. It could actually... That coaching one could almost be 50-50. So, for score prediction, I've got 28-31 in favor of the Ravens. Ryan, you got a good score prediction for us?
It's pretty high. I'd say it's going to be more like 17-21 in favor of the Ravens.
Ooh. Caleb?
I'm going to go 28-24 in favor of the Ravens.
Yeah.
Pretty close. And bold take for me, Derrick Henry, 206 rushing yards in this game.
What?
Oh yeah, he's going to go off. Off of 34 attempts.
Oh, I don't know.
Luke, didn't you say that? Luke, were you rolling with the Ravens?
I was, but I think Derrick Henry's going to have a great game still.
So Derrick Henry's getting 206 yards and they're going to lose?
Oh yeah, but that's the Titans' way.
All right.
Yeah, I think I would rather bet on Derrick Henry getting under 100 yards than over 200 in this game.
Oh, that's why we call it a bold take. All right, next game. 10-6 Rams at the 12-4 Seahawks. They tied head-to-head in the regular season. Goff was limited at practice, and Pete Carroll said that Jamal Adams is a game-time decision for the Seahawks. Ryan, got anything good for this one?
Yeah, so the Rams, we'll start with them. They're the best defense in the league this year. I'll say by far. In terms of yards per game, they totally blew everyone away. So, I think they have the best defense. Jared Goff still being on the injury report still has a little bit of concern.
The Steelers, the Colts.
Rams are the best defense. I don't know what you want to say.
The Steelers
yards per game, points per game. Rams are the best.
Steelers lost a bunch of players due to injury a couple weeks ago. That's why the numbers dropped.
Yeah, and how's that looking for him?
I'm just saying, if it weren't for Bud Dupree tearing his ACL and all the other injuries, Steelers are. I mean, they're even banged up. They're still
not the best defense right now.
The Rams are the best because they were able to stay healthy.
Okay. Anywho, Jared Goff injury report, a little concerning. Although John Wolford, who backed him up, looked pretty good.
Just because he can run.
So but he passed for over 200 yards as well. So he moved the ball. He did throw an interception. He did. He was not perfect.
Very bad interception.
No TDs, but he was able to move the ball. And they're going to play Seattle, who's a worse defense than the Cardinals are. So if John Wolford plays, I think it's going to be closer. But I think he'll do all right for the Rams. But right now, Vegas has the Rams currently losing, and I think John is projected to start. So.
Yeah, I would say.
So, and the fact that Seattle beat the Rams 2 weeks ago by like 2 scores or something. And so they're taking the Seahawks, but I'm actually taking the Rams. I feel their defense and Wolford could get it done, even if Goff doesn't play.
I don't trust Wolford. I was not that impressed with him against the Cardinals because the Cardinals are not exactly they're not the most stellar of defenses, and if it weren't for him being able to rush the way he did, they probably would not have won that game. They got a pick 6, and that drastically changed the score. They were losing before the pick 6 happened. They also got a safety. So, defense put up a lot of points in that game. Caleb?
So, again, this is a game that I feel like is like the second, behind Tennessee and Baltimore. I feel like this is the second best game of the weekend. And they didn't put it at night again. I don't understand with the NFL. I don't understand the decisions they make.
So you don't want to watch the Colts and the Bills?
I feel like that'll be a good game. I just don't feel like I feel like that could be a lot more one-sided than this game. I'll say that.
Okay.
Anyway, what I would say, I know from what I've read, Goff is not a sure thing to start, and he's actually probably not going to start. That's what I've read. Honestly, even if he was starting at this point, I still think I would probably take the Seahawks in this game. And the reason is because I just trust. Their defense has turned it around incredibly over the last 5 or 6 games. They're like second in scoring and like third in yards. They're doing fantastic. Now, granted, they've been playing teams that are not great, like the Jets and people like that. But at the same time, they've really turned it around. And with Jamal Adams back now, I know he's questionable right now. Is that right?
He didn't practice today.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't practice yet.
He is questionable.
Okay, so, if he suits up especially, I'm going to take the Seahawks in this one. I just kind of feel like, second start of, is it Wolford? Is that his name?
Yep.
Yeah, second start of his career in the playoffs in Seattle. I know there's not fans, or maybe they have limited capacity fans, but yeah, I just feel like that's a recipe for disaster. So I'm going to take, even though they have a great defense, and I love, Aaron Donald and Jalen Ramsey and everybody on that defense, I still just think that Russell Wilson, he plays him twice a year, he's going to be able to figure out how to get around him. So.
Okay. Let's go ahead and break it down. Quarterback position. I think this should be unanimous for Seattle, but we'll see what Ryan says.
You would think, wouldn't you? You would think.
Go ahead. Prove to us how stupid you are.
Nah, I'm taking Russell Wilson.
Okay. Caleb,
Yeah,
Seahawks?
Wilson. Yeah, Wilson for me.
All right.
I just want to say that Wolford was an undrafted free agent.
Yeah, because he sucks.
Yeah, but he did all right in the last game. I'm just going to leave it at that.
He played in the AAF, and Kyler Murray was out 90% of the game.
Did you guys see that Adam Schefter was talking about him today, and he was like, yeah, they have a financial advisor as their quarterback.
The Cardinals?
No, it was, I think it was Wolford, actually, that we were talking about. Yeah.
Okay, running back position. Chris Carson, Carlos Hyde versus Malcolm Brown, Cam Akers, Darrell Henderson. I am going to go with...
It's close.
It is very close.
And we don't know if Chris Carson and Cam Akers are going to play. So.
I'm going to assume that they're all healthy, and I'm going to go with Cam Akers because I don't like Seattle's defense.
Okay. That not a bad take. If Carson is, they say he's just being held out or limited in practice just because they don't want him to get injured anymore, and he already has been. But if he plays for just running back capability, I would go with Seattle. Even though that I do like Akers.
That is a bold take.
I'm going to go for Seattle for running back.
Okay, Caleb. You are the tiebreaker.
All right, am I allowed to push? Because I really feel like these groups are they're so alike.
Well, then go with the better matchup like I did.
Yeah, it's so close. I do think, I don't know, if Carson's fully healthy, but I feel like the three-headed beast, well, actually, is Henderson playing or no?
I actually do not know that one. Ryan, do you know?
Let's assume he's not playing.
Assume he's not playing?
Just because, he's not on the injury report, so.
Then he is playing.
Okay.
So I would assume he's playing.
He's playing.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Rams. I'm gonna take Cam Akers and Malcolm Brown. I'm just gonna give them a very slight edge. At the end of the day, Akers and
Second round.
Terrible.
Akers and Carson are very similar to me, and I like Brown slightly more than Hyde this year. So.
Okay. The next category is wide receivers and tight ends.
I don't want to start this.
You got Cooper Kupp, you've got Robert Woods versus DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett. I think Greg Olson's out, is he not?
Olsen?
Yeah.
He full practice.
Did he really? Okay.
FP means full practice, right? Tuesday?
I believe. Well, I don't know what P means. Sometimes it means urine. Sometimes it means other things.
Well, I think Olsen is playing.
Okay. Well, Jake Hollister, Olsen, if he is not playing. You got Josh Gordon on the Seahawks still.
I don't think he's playing yet, though.
Yeah. For the Rams, you got Tyler Higbee. You've got. Is it Gerald or is it Gerard? I think it's Gerald Everett.
I think Gerald.
Okay. It's such a tough category. Caleb, you got any takes?
It's so. Can I take some wide receivers off of the Rams and put them on the Seahawks?
Sure, why not?
It's super close. I think I have to go with the Seahawks just because I think DK Metcalf is a top 5 wide receiver right now. And I can't say that about Cooper Kupp or Robert Woods, even though they're great. I think DK Metcalf he's just a freak, and watching him. What sold me is when he chased down who was it?
Buda Baker.
Buda Baker,
that's right. Yep. Chase him down. I was like, all right, I'm sold. This guy's a freak.
I will agree with Caleb. One, that DK Metcalf is a freak, but also Seattle wide receivers. I do think that the Rams have better tight ends,
I was gonna say the same thing.
but I think Metcalf and Lockett are 2 of the best receivers in the NFL.
Okay, I agree as well. I take the Seahawks, pretty much for the same reasons. It will be interesting because Ramsey is going to be on DK Metcalf all day probably.
Yeah, but Metcalf's a head taller than Ramsey, so
Still, it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be a Lockett kind of game. Let's jump over to defense, which once again should be unanimous. Doesn't matter if Jamal Adams plays or not. I'm taking the Rams.
You're kind of leading us there. Let us make our own decisions, Luke.
Just saying.
Okay.
Well, go ahead, make your bold take.
I am taking the Rams, but I just felt led a little bit,
Leading the witness, Caleb.
Obviously, I'm taking the Rams. It's funny how 4 years ago, everybody would have been like, it's unanimous. The Seahawks are great, It's not anymore. Now they're terrible.
Oh, they're great at quarterback.
Legion of Boom is no more.
It is in Seattle. They got the home field advantage against 2,000 fans. Not against, but they're going to have 2,000 fans in there, something like that. I don't know.
I don't know the decibel rating, but sure.
Yeah, it's not very much. I actually was wondering recently if they allow 10,000 fans, are you still allowed to play the crowd noise through the speakers?
I don't know.
Because how loud can 10,000 people actually be? It can't be louder than the speakers. I don't know. Okay, final category, coaching. Pete Carroll, Sean McVay.
Sean McVay, Rams. One of the
It's a close one.
best, brightest minds of coaching right now in the NFL.
You're just picking him because he's young.
Well, I mean,
Ryan is a massive ageist. Let it be known.
He is young, and he's still a head coach of an NFL team, so that's pretty impressive. And a lot of teams since have tried to hire some young guys trying to reproduce what happened.
Pete Carroll's been to 2 Super Bowls and he won one of them.
Yeah.
He's been to the playoffs a lot more too.
Oh, because he has Russell Wilson.
Just saying.
Right.
I am gonna take the Rams though. Just giving Ryan a hard
Why'd you make
time.
it so hard then? We just gotta take the Rams.
I like to see the argument from both sides of the coin.
Oh man.
All right, Caleb.
It's going to be a unanimous one. I'm going with the Rams. I think Sean McVay, if I was starting a franchise right now, I want him as my coach.
Just because he's young?
Attractive?
No,
Are you going off looks here, Caleb?
He's got that spiky hair and that ice cold demeanor.
Good choice.
Makes sense. And the most likely photographic memory. Okay, so if we go off of that, the Rams won 3 out of the 5 categories. However, for score prediction, I still have the Seahawks winning because Russell Wilson is great. I have the Seahawks winning by quite a big margin too. I have them going 35-16.
Oh, jeez. That is wow.
John Wolford is going to be the quarterback probably.
I don't think the Seahawks have scored over 30 points all year.
Russell Wilson threw 5 touchdowns every
season. How many pick sixes is Wolford throwing in your your prediction?
At least one.
That's fair. He threw one last game. He could throw one
Ooh,
this game.
I also have the Rams getting a safety. 2 touchdowns, and the defense is getting a safety. Hence the 16 points.
Oh, I thought it was touchdown. Well, 2 touchdowns, 1 field goal, 1 missed extra point.
Yeah, Cam Akers is going to get a touchdown. Yeah, probably going to get 2 touchdowns.
They'll probably get a couple tutties.
I'm just saying, 35-16. Russell Wilson is going to turn into playoff Russell Wilson. So, and I feel like being bold today. So, Ryan, what's your score prediction?
I feel like any prediction over 30 points is ludicrous for this game.
Yeah, we're going to see.
But I'm going to go... Wait for it. Sorry, I just have to build the suspense. I'm going to go 24-21, Rams over the Seahawks.
Idiot. Caleb?
Yep, I think Luke is absolutely ridiculous for saying the Seahawks are going to score 30 points. I think they'll score 17. It's going to be 17-10, final score. Seahawks win.
That is way too close for this game.
No,
How many touchdowns does Wolford throw?
I like the score. I don't think it's going to be a high-scoring game, so...
All right. Bold take for me. Tyler Lockett, 2 touchdowns. Because I think Metcalf's going to get locked down by Ramsey.
I bet Metcalf is not guarded by Ramsey. I bet Ramsey guards Lockett the whole game.
That would be a very stupid move. In that case, DK Metcalf gets 2 touchdowns.
You're going to double him anyway. Why throw your best receiver on him? Or best...
Corner.
Yeah.
Just saying. Just throwing it out there.
Okay.
Okay. Final thoughts on this game? Anything? Any closing remarks?
You know, just as we were talking, I'm like super tempted to switch to the Rams just because I think McVay is such a good coach. But I will not.
No freaking way.
Oh, come on, Caleb.
No freaking way.
Caleb,
You know, the dude's just a good coach, man. He knows how to get the most out of his players. You know.
I admit.
Just cross the line and come over here, man. You know you want to.
I admit Seattle will probably not get 30 points, but I do think that they're still going to win by a massive margin. I think it's going to be 17-7, probably. I don't think Wolford is going to get it done.
You guys just aren't believers, so, get your negativity out of here. Wolford is going to do fine. Goff still might play, so, it's going to be the Rams either way.
No, it's not. Seattle, all the way. Okay, so that does it for the 3 in-depth games. We've got a lightning round now. I'm going to say the games, and then we're going to do our team breakdowns, pretty much, our position breakdowns. We've got the 11-5 Colts at the 13-3 Bills. We'll go into quarterback position. Phillip Rivers versus Josh Allen.
Josh Allen.
Allen.
Josh Allen.
That's what I thought. Don't be stupid.
Coming from Ryan, that's rich.
Oh,
All right, running backs. Colts versus Bills. This should go... I'm going to go with the Colts. Don't trust the Bills running backs at all.
Yep, Colts.
Yep, I'll go Colts as well. Actually, the Colts have really torn it up with their running league recently, if you look at their stats.
Yeah. Taylor and Hines. Let's go.
Okay. Wide receivers and tight ends. I have... So Stephon Diggs was questionable, but he is likely to play. Cole Beasley did not practice today on Wednesday, but Diggs had such a good season. I'm still gonna take the Bills on this one.
Yep, I'm gonna take the Bills. Dude, McKenzie though.
Oh, McKenzie, he's a rising star.
Yeah, let's go.
First overall pick in next year's fantasy draft.
He might be. Who knows? Caleb, who you got?
I'll take the Bills. T.Y. Hilton screwed me all year.
Yeah. Preaching to the choir.
That sounds a little vindictive, but okay.
Defense, Colts versus Bills. I'm going to take the Colts. I think they are a great defensive unit, and they have Darius Leonard, who is the best inside linebacker in football.
Well, I mean, that's debatable. But, yeah.
Is it? Statistically.
I'm taking the Colts as well.
All right. Caleb?
I'm boring. Colts as well.
Where are the bold takes here? I've got a bold take at the end of this. T.Y. Hilton, 4 touchdowns.
What, all year?
Okay. Coaching. I'm gonna take the Bills. Sean McDermott. I don't trust Frank Reich.
Yeah, I could care less. Caleb, what do you think?
I'll take. I'm actually tempted to take the Colts here, just because I feel like the Bills' roster is more talented. It's easier to be good with a better roster.
Made playoffs last year.
Don't do this.
And the year before that, before Josh Allen showed up.
Yeah. So, but I will take the Bills. I do think McDermott's done a really good job with Allen. So.
All right, Ryan, what's your take on coaching?
I'm glad Caleb picked, because now I don't have to give a take.
Yeah. Okay. Ryan, what is your score prediction for the Bills? Okay, so the Bills won 3 out of the 5 categories. A lot of close ones here, I guess. Ryan, what's your score prediction?
The Bills are going to get 31 points, and the Colts are going to get 17.
All right, I have 28-13 in favor of the Bills. Caleb?
I'm going to say 35-27 Bills.
That's a
final answer.
That's a lot of points for the Colts defense.
Well, yeah, but I mean, look at how many points the Bills have been putting up recently.
Dude, are we shooting the over on that game then?
I mean, we should, honestly.
Okay.
All right, we'll go to the 11-5 Bucs at the 7-9 Washington Redhawks. Just trying out that name. Sounds pretty cool, right?
Red Wolves sounds better to me, but hey.
Red Wolves isn't bad either.
Calling their den would be pretty cool.
How about the Timberwolves?
That's already a team in the NBA.
Yeah, they don't play in a dome, by the way.
Oh.
FedEx Field. Either way, I think it's ridiculous that an 11-5 team has to travel to play a 7-9 team. It's a little ridiculous. But hey, you know what? This means the Bears are the second worst team in the playoffs this year. Based off of record.
I was going to say, I'm pretty sure they're the first worst.
So we'll go to the quarterback position. You got Tom Brady. You've got most likely Alex Smith, comeback player of the year. But I'm still going to take Tom Brady here.
Yeah, I like Alex Smith, but it's Tom Brady.
You don't bet against Tom Brady in the playoffs.
We have his face on our wall. We got to pick Tom.
We do have his face on our wall. All right, Caleb.
I will take whatever quarterback has the most good legs.
That's a little mean.
It's a little direct.
And if the Redskins win this, the Redskins,
Whoa.
You gotta bleep that.
That's not PC. Yeah,
if the Washington
Caleb will never appear on the podcast ever again.
It was a good run.
I'm gonna be blackballed. Oh. I mean whiteballed. I don't know. No.
Wow.
I was gonna say, as far as if the Washington football team wins this game too, I will say the same thing next week.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he said the quarterback with the most good legs.
Brady.
Does that mean Tom Brady like he shaves, takes care?
Yeah, he's got. I mean,
gets a mani-pedi every couple weeks.
He played at Gillette Stadium. He changed his legs.
It's for aerodynamics.
That's a fair point.
Yeah.
All right, running backs: Rojo, Leonard Fournette, Mr. Antonio Gibson, and J.D. McKissick.
Dude, I'm going Washington all the way. Smooches and Gibson, yeah.
All right, Caleb. I think it's a lot closer than that. I don't think it's a sure thing, but Caleb.
Okay, is Gibson actually playing?
He is. He played last week.
Okay, all right.
I don't think he's on the injury report either. Is he?
Yeah,
I don't think so.
With running game, does it? You know what? I'm going to go with the Buccaneers. I think that Rojo's going to have a great game.
It's a good.
It's
a good front seven.
Even against that front seven, I think that they're going to be able to do enough in the passing game to kind of make it a lighter box. So
Hey,
I think Rojo's going to have a good game.
Update: Antonio Gibson did not practice on Tuesday, but got a limited practice today.
Probably just resting him.
Same with Alex Smith. So
I'm still. It doesn't matter if Gibson's playing or not. I'm still taking the Buccaneers run game.
Oh, okay.
Because I had Ronald Jones in fantasy.
Well, I'll just get out of here then.
Yeah, you won a lot of the tiebreakers before.
Ryan, you idiot.
I guess I should know more about the football next time we talk.
Well, the football team.
Yeah.
All right, wide receivers and tight ends. I am going to take the Bucs on this. Mike Evans may or may not play. I'm still going to take the Bucs on it, though. Ryan, punting to you.
Oh, well, I don't think the Bucs will punt that much, but, Hey.
Ooh.
So I'm taking the Bucs. Antonio Brown was, debatably the best wide receiver in the league at one time.
In his time.
Yeah, and then Chris Godwin is pretty good.
Godwin, Evans may or may not play, and then Gronk. Gronk had a surprisingly good season, honestly. All right, Caleb.
Yeah, so I take the Bucs. The only team I'm trying to think if there's a team that I would pick over the Bucs in that category, and I think the only team I'm kind of thinking about is Kansas City. But even Kansas City, they don't have that 2 for wide receiver that I'm crazy about. So I think Bucs win across the board for me if Evans plays.
Okay.
So.
Final category is defense. I have the Washington football team getting this one because I think it'll be the only category that they can win. Ryan? just saying. They have a good front seven. That's it. Go.
Me?
Yep.
No, I want to throw it to Caleb next.
All right, Caleb.
Yep, you want me to do it?
Yep,
All
defense.
I want to break the tie if there's a tie.
Yep. So, sorry, Ryan. I'm actually going with the Washington football team.
Ryan's pick is irrelevant now.
Okay. Oh.
Yeah, I think the Bucs defense is a little suspect, to be honest. They were kind of touted as a great defense at the beginning of the year, and I haven't really seen that. So.
Yeah, they covered Tyreek Hill 1-on-1 for like an entire quarter.
Yeah. So.
Questionable coaching.
I mean, my pick doesn't matter now, but I'll say Washington just to follow suit with everyone else.
You know what? Now I feel like pushing to the Bucs.
I mean, you're still gonna be wrong, so yeah.
You get nothing because you're a follower. Okay, coaching. Rivera versus Arians. Honestly, it's a lot closer than I'd like to say it is because I question Arians quite a bit. But I also question Rivera, so I am going to go with Arians. Ryan?
I'm going to go with Rivera.
Okay. Caleb, tiebreaker?
Oh, I don't get to explain why?
Nope.
Okay.
Because you're just doing the opposite of what I picked.
Go ahead, Caleb.
I'm actually going to go with Ron Rivera.
Oh, that's such bullcrap.
You know what? He's able. I tell you, he's just able to get some. He's kind of like Sean McVay, and that he's able to get something out of his players, And Arians also on defense makes, like you said, with Tyreek Hill and things like that. I've seen some questionable calls.
Well, was that Arians though?
I mean.
No, now you're just trying to justify your pick.
Just saying. There's a reason why Todd Bowles got fired from the Jets.
Oh, jeez.
Okay. Even with the football team getting coaching, the Bucs still win 3 out of the 5 categories. I think it's going to be 27-10 in favor of the Bucs.
You seem pretty sure. Pretty sure of that.
I didn't have this one written down.
I'm going to go 14-10 Bucs.
Okay, Caleb?
I'm going to say it's going to be 23-20 with the Washington football team winning.
An upset.
Yeah.
Upset alert. I don't think it's ridiculous to think that they could pull it off, honestly. I would give them better, like I said, I would give them a better shot than the Bears upsetting the Saints.
Yeah. I don't hate it, but Alex Smith going up against the Bucs defense, which has been there sometimes, but has also not been there. Case in point, the Bears earlier this season. But, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's bold. I'll probably look really stupid, but honestly, if there's one team that's going to upset, I think it's going to be that. So,
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yep.
I think it's going to be the Rams, but yeah, you know.
Okay.
So what's
Well,
your
yeah,
bold upset this week, Luke? You
I-
don't have one, do you?
I don't have a bold
That's
upset.
what I thought.
I have a bold take, though.
Okay.
Tom Brady?
What?
I don't know. Throws 2 touchdowns. I really don't have a bold take for this one.
I mean, I said the Bucs are going to win 14-10, so that tracks. That's about right.
All right, fine. He throws 3 touchdowns.
Uh,
Aha!
That doesn't work.
Well, and the other thing too, this is a Saturday night game. Is that right?
Yep.
Brady and the Bucs have not played well in night games this year. That was the game they got destroyed by the Saints. They had another night game that they lost. They have not played well in night games.
Yeah, they suck on a national scale.
They played the
I
Bears
think Tom
Monday night,
Brady's-
right? Is that on
Yep,
Monday
and he
night?
lost. Yep,
No,
lost
Thursday
that one
night.
too. You know what I think it is?
Yeah, it was still night
Tom Brady's bedtime is 8 o'clock, so he doesn't play well after that.
All right, we'll go with it. Okay, the 11-5 Browns at the 12-4 Steelers. Kevin Stefanski not able to call plays in this game because he has COVID. I still, irregardless, I still thought that they were going to lose. I'm not, as if you have listened to this podcast before, I am not high up on the Browns. They have 11 wins. 2 of those teams were at above 500 or at 500. So I'm not super high up on the Browns. We'll get into the breakdown. Quarterbacks. Big Ben versus Baker
I
Mayfield.
feel like you're leading again, you know?
No, I'm just saying I'm not high up on the Browns.
Yeah,
They beat
okay,
2
okay.
teams that were at 500.
Hey,
They had a very easy schedule.
say whatever you want, man. I don't care.
All right, quarterback. I am going to take Big Ben over Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, Big Ben.
Caleb?
Yep, I'll go with Big Ben as well.
Ooh.
All right, running backs. I am going
I will
with
say-
Cleveland.
If Landry was playing, I might take Landry over Baker Mayfield. He's got a great passer rating.
What is he, 2 for 2?
Yeah, but they're for touchdowns every time.
2 for 2 on the season. And he's lefty. So we're going to go to running backs now. I am taking the Browns. Nick Chubb, Kareem Hunt, the best running back duo in football. Ryan, try to debate this.
Yeah, I need to go first, so it's you agreeing with me, not me agreeing
Aha!
with you. But I take the Browns.
Yeah, Luke wins.
Nick Chubb's a monster, didn't he? Isn't he over 1,000 yards and only played like half the season or something?
Yeah, something like that.
He is ridiculous.
Very good. Caleb?
I'm gonna go with the Chubb.
Yeah, but the Browns or the Steelers? I see what you're saying.
Okay. Wide receivers and tight ends. I'm going to go with the Steelers. Claypool, Deontay Johnson, Juju. I just like it better. Maybe if Odell were playing, maybe the Browns would have a shot at this one, but I'm going to go with the Steelers on this one.
Yep, Steelers as well.
Caleb?
Yep, me too.
Maybe you could say tight end for Cleveland, but I that's not a huge pull for me.
Hooper over Ebron. It's just kind of...
Hooper's expensive. He was a big ticket item during the offseason.
Yeah, it was stupid to pay that much for him. Okay, defense. Even though they suffered some injuries, I'm still going with the Steelers. They're still a good defense. Ryan?
Steelers, but I do think the Browns have, a decent defense.
They're okay. They're solid.
If anything, they have Myles Garrett, who might, hit someone on the head with a helmet. So, yeah.
All right, Caleb, Steelers?
Ryan, you stole my joke. I was gonna say Steelers. I was gonna say Steelers unless they can use helmets as weapons.
Well, it's less funny now because
Mason Rudolph might come in for one play to knee it out, and he's going to get a helmet to the face. All right, that one's unanimous. Coaching, Tomlin, Stefanski, who won't be there, so I'm going to go with Tomlin.
Yeah, I'd go with Tomlin just in general.
Yeah, okay. Caleb?
Yep, Tomlin as well. That is rough for them that Stefanski is gone. Yeah, he actually coached a pretty good year, and it's rough for them. But too bad. I'm a Bears fan, so we're used to it.
Yeah. All right. Final score prediction. I'm going with 31-17 in favor of the Steelers.
Yep.
Just yep.
No, I agree. 31-17.
Just yep. All right, Caleb.
Do you realize at the same time? mine was 30-24. So.
Okay.
Steelers.
A lot of close games there. Does anyone have a bold take for this game?
Not a bold take, but I think it should be a pretty good game. I mean, a heated rivalry.
Oh, I got a bold take. Kevin Stefanski, 1 full bucket of vomit.
That is a
5 gallons.
That is
All
aggressive.
right. I've got a bold take as well. Kareem Hunt steals not 1 but 2 touchdowns from Chubb.
Okay. And we're saying steal like Chubb's in for first down, but he goes out for second down and Hunt gets it. Kind of steal?
No, I'm saying steal like it's a 2 running back set and Kareem Hunt comes up behind and grabs the ball.
Ooh,
My touchdown.
I have another prediction. It's based off of a position that we haven't done a breakdown for. Kicking. Kareem Hunt takes this one by far.
Not even close.
Oh. I mean, the guy turned over a new leaf. I mean, he's trying to change his life, man.
I don't know. Cody Parkey might challenge him with those
How does he
off-the-upright
always
kicks.
How does he always
Kareem Hunt is definitely a better kicker than Cody Parkey, please.
You know what? I changed my pick. It's gonna be 30-27. Parkey's gonna miss a field goal.
I could agree with it.
That's gonna be a fun game.
Okay, so I think that's gonna pretty much do it for that game. That was the last wildcard game. Should be a pretty fun weekend, honestly. A lot of pretty solid matchups going on.
Yep.
It'll be a sad one for Bears fans.
Do you want to do Super Bowl predictions right now? Maybe.
No, we're gonna do divisional. We're gonna do this again for the divisional.
Yeah, but beginning of the playoffs, shouldn't we at least tease a little something?
Okay. What do you want to say?
I'm just asking you if you want to reveal your playoff picks right now.
Okay, Ryan.
That's all I want. That's all I'm asking.
All right. Here.
If you don't want to do it, we don't have to do it.
Here's what I'm gonna ask you about.
If I do not have your consent, we won't do it.
Here's what I'm gonna ask you about the Super Bowl for a Super Bowl prediction. Ready? How many fans are gonna be allowed to be there?
Well, I actually looked up Super Bowl tickets the other day, and they're gonna have a couple. I think it's like 10,000.
Okay. Caleb?
How many fans?
How many fans?
Dude, I don't know. You know what? That's after Biden's our president, so he's probably gonna say no fans.
So no one's little Chinese hand fans to cool yourself off.
No fans. It's gonna be hot. Can't deal with it.
Okay. So this is an NFL podcast, but I do want to get some takes on something. The national championship game is taking place this coming Monday. We've got the 12-0 Crimson Tide going up against the 7-0 Buckeyes. Devonta Smith, wide receiver for Alabama, just won the Heisman. He's the 4th wide receiver to do so. And Ohio State pushed Trevor Lawrence and Clemson off a cliff, 49-28, and beat them, kicked them out of the playoffs. So, Ryan, who's going to win that game?
O-State.
Okay, Caleb?
O-H-I-O.
All right, Ryan. Alabama's clearly going to win this game. It's not even going to be close.
What?
I was wondering how much you watch college football.
All right, wait. Tiebreaker? Justin Fields and Ohio State, take it!
Oh, Caleb, you look like an idiot now.
Yeah, we'll see who looks like an idiot come Monday night when I come dressed all in red, but they're both red, so.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
Okay, I'll wear silver,
There you go.
All right. Well, I think that's going to pretty much do it for this episode. We are almost at an hour runtime. So, Ryan, you want to sing the Canadian National Anthem again? Try to get us to that full hour?
All I know is "Oh Canada," so it's going to be a little rough if I try to go on from there.
Caleb will chime in.
Tell you what. I was gonna say, I tell you what, this is the first super triple header wildcard week, right? With the 3 games each day.
Yep.
I like it.
Are you guys considering getting a catheter put in? I've been thinking about it, so I don't have to get up.
Yeah. It has been on the list of things to do. I don't know whether I want an internal one or you can do a Texas catheter, which just goes on the outside. So.
Oh, Brian, you got to go internal, lean in, man. You have to go all the way.
Yeah, but those are, I mean, you've seen Dumb and Dumber. Those are pretty hard to get out, so.
I'm just gonna whiz into a bottle.
Yeah. Or you watch the game outside and just,
Just pee.
you know. Wow.
I mean, if you're an animal, you can just pee down your leg as you're watching.
Yeah, maybe I'll just put a TV in my bathroom. That'll solve the problem.
Hey, I mean, Buffalo Wild Wings does it, so it's not too out of the ordinary.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay. Well, that's gonna do it for this episode. Maybe one person is listening to this, so.
Yeah, we have at least 3. Us 3.
Well, I don't actually watch it. I just once I upload it, I forget it.
I haven't been listening, so.
Yeah. Oh man, we are terrible.
Wow.
All right, see you later.
Bye,
All right,
guys.
see you guys.